thank you for coming and checking out the Retro Box Room. This is the tour of the Retro Box Room. So let's start off with the Atari STE, 4MB with Cosmos X. And then we have an Amiga 1200 with a Vampire accelerator card and 240GB of MSATA drive and extra fun stuff. A Commodore 64, that's now an Ultimate 64. An Acorn Archimedes A3010 with 4MB and 2 lots of CF card HDD. Really nice machine, that one. And then we've got the Sega Saturn just kicking around in the bottom shelf there. Let's go up to the other lot of shelving. As you can see, I like my cassettes and floppy disks. There's a whole lot in there of cover magazines. Cassettes for the Spectrum mostly. I've got an Amstrad 6128 Plus, which is modded to use cassettes as well. And then we've got a Panasonic FS-A1WX MSX2 Plus, which has the Carnivore 2 cartridge there, you can see. And some MIDI stuff, that's a lot of fun to play with. And then we've got the BBC Master, which is completely kitted out with lots of different things inside, the accelerator cards, second chips, IDE, so on and so forth. A load of soldering stuff. Ignore the wiry mess at the side there. Some games. Diane Breeder collecting stuff on DVDs. As you can see, a third shelf, so let's move over. An Xbox 360, a Nintendo 3DS XL, yet more tapes, cover tapes and stuff. You can see some more Spectrum games in here. And then what have we got? Oh yes, we've got even more magazine tapes. I really do like the Crash one. I've got every one apart from one. And then we've got a Raspberry Pi 4 with 8GB in an Argon 1 case, keeps it all nice and cool, don't really need to turn the fan on at all. Got a Mister, which is completely pimped out. Nice bit of kit again, using FPGA to play lots of different systems. And then what have we got here? We've got my old joystick that I use to play on the Amiga for analog type games. Some Atari ST floppies. My over-the-top joystick for playing around with Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. And then you can see my collection of minis, which I've completely modded out so that the wireless connection is actually on the inside of the console. Keeps it all nice and clean on the outside. A Famiclone, well, basically just a bit of fun with that one. Cassette deck. And hiding underneath here, you might tell by the colours, is a Sinclair Spectrum Next, which is completely pimped out as well. As you may have noticed by now, I do like making everything go as best as it can. An Xbox original one, a Dreamcast, and then a modded 64, so it has RGB output and it's overclockable. Now let's move across to this shelf. Yet more games. You can see the Microsoft Flight Simulator on DVD. 10 DVDs are in that. My Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy collection of audio. Some Amiga type stuff. And then some more CDs down at the bottom there. Yet another tape deck. My audio mixing desk and my Roland speakers. You can see my microphone just dangling over the top there. Yep, there it is. And then we've got a monitor that I like to use on the Atari ST. Got the camera pointing downwards for the work that I do. And then we've got another monitor to see what I'm doing. And my OSSC, so I can convert lots of signals to HDMI. My external CD player for the Amiga, which is actually a DVD slot drive, which I built myself. Let's move this other microphone out of the way. And then we've got my MIDI mountain, which ranges everything from a Roland MT32 up to a Yamaha MU80. Lots of fun stuff there. Oh, I've gone and left some IPA spray there. Oh well. My main monitor for my main gaming and editing and so on. And my PC's hiding down in the corner there. As you can see, I've got some black and red foam. And here's inside my PC. Quite a bit of RGB going on here, but as I've already said, I do like black and red. Oh, and here's my book collection of lots of different things, a full collection of the ST books there. You may notice lots of modern books on retro stuff. You may be able to figure out which ones are which. but there's also lots of old books from the retro era. I haven't actually read every single one cover to cover yet, but I have read a fair few of them. I do want to learn a lot more about the computers back in the day. I want to get into programming again. There we go. And here's my 3D printer. As you can see, I've made a few modifications to this one as well with the help of some very clever people who know what they're doing. I've not designed any of this, but I have printed it out and fitted it myself. And here's another bookshelf with some old style books. Some of these are my wife's books. She's got lots and lots of books, but really it's this bottom shelf here with Fusion playing around in there as well, because I have no room to fit it on my other bookshelf. I nearly forgot to show you this bit. This is how I actually mount my camera so I can do the top-down filming. I hope you find that interesting. Phew, I really hope you've enjoyed the tour of the Retro Box Room. I'd like to point out that I'm no expert, and the projects I do is to show others that you don't have to be an expert either just to get the job done. I'd like for others to learn from me and for me to learn from others. Let's get a community going and share a knowledge that have no gatekeepers. You can help do that by sharing this channel and subscribing. As always, happy gaming!